Welcome to Group 4's presentation on leadership styles, presented by Heather DeVore, Sarah Mahone, and Christine Schaefer. There are many definitions of leadership. Some include the act or instance of leading, the capacity to lead, the position of a leader. Or a more descriptive one is the process by which a person influences others to accomplish an objective or common goal. Leadership is a necessity in nearly every business around the world, and to be an effective leader, it may be necessary to decide what types of leader you want to be. There are a variety of different leadership styles, and not just one style is appropriate for everyone or every situation. This presentation will discuss 6 of the most familiar leadership styles, including bureaucratic, charismatic, democratic, laissez-faire, transactional, and transformational. The first leadership style we will take a look at is bureaucratic. Typically, a bureaucratic leader requires subordinates to follow rules and procedures by the book, and if a situation arises that is not covered by any written policy or procedure, a bureaucratic leader would usually refer to the manager who is a level above him or her. This type of manager may often be compared to a police officer, a warden, or a military officer. This style of leadership can be effective in certain environments and situations, like those that require strict safety or security measures. One example of a bureaucratic leader is Max Weber, who is a well-known social theorist, architect, and bureaucratic leader. The next style of leadership is charismatic, as personified very well by John F. Kennedy. A charismatic leadership style is almost solely based upon the leader's ability to communicate and behave in ways that reach followers in a basic, emotional way to inspire and motivate. This type of manager may be very effective in situations that require a great deal of motivation, like a coach or a political leader. Most high-profile leaders are charismatic. Everyone from Adolf Hitler, Mahatma Gandhi, to Bill Clinton have been called charismatic. According to communication experts and film directors Dean Hires and Pete Machalik, there are 5 components that charismatic leaders utilize, whether they're telling an inspirational speech, making a blockbuster movie, or writing a letter. First, a leader defines the character of the situation and makes it about the audience, not the leader. Secondly, the leader describes a happy ending that motivates, such as receiving a raise. Thirdly, the leader describes a not-so-happy beginning, such as longer work hours for a time period. Fourth, the leader gives an action sequence to go from unhappy beginning to the happy ending. Lastly, the leader uses emotional expressions and words such as excited, proud, confident, and peaceful. Put together, these steps create an effective, charismatic leader that motivates his or her audience. The next style of leadership is democratic. Democratic leaders welcome ideas from others, and this helps to increase job satisfaction because the leader is involving the employees and increasing their skills at the same time. This helps the employees feel like they are a part of the process and in charge of their future. However, this can also be a disadvantage at times because employees can start to feel leaderless. This approach of leadership puts quality over quantity and focuses on teamwork as an important part of the job. An important aspect for companies is that democratic leadership helps to foster organizational accountability and presents fresh ideas. This type of leadership requires a great deal of participation from all. A great example of democratic leadership was Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was known as a master in the art of democratic leadership in the military and in his presidency. The next leadership style is laissez-faire. This is one of the least utilized styles. It is characterized by leaders that keep a low profile, avoid much communication, and are non-committal. Laissez-faire abdicates control to employees. Leaders only establish objectives if required to do so. They avoid rewards and punishments and ignore conflicts in anticipation that they will go away. This causes employees to become apathetic, disinterested, and resentful of organization and leader. There's low production and employee satisfaction. An example when laissez-faire may be appropriate is when a new manager steps into a functioning department. It may be good for the manager to watch current processes for a while and develop rapport before stepping in. It is not a good idea to do this long term because it does not promote team building. Laissez-faire leadership is more commonly associated with government leadership than business leadership. The most famous example of laissez-faire leadership is with the American government in the 1920s. Herbert Hoover implemented a laissez-faire American economic policy for the government to leave businesses alone. Many people felt this contributed to the Great Depression, and that the Depression did not diminish until Franklin D. Roosevelt implemented interventionist policies. Another example of laissez-faire economic policy is with Thomas Jefferson, as shown on slide 7. Another popular leadership style is transformational. Transformational leaders base their approach to leadership by motivating others and creating an atmosphere of loyalty. The end goal isn't to micromanage employees, but instead give the necessary resources to the employees so they can become self-directed and can work with little supervision. This helps to nurture responsibility and can make employees feel needed and important, which helps to inspire change and make people want to be better employees. Satisfaction of employees under a transformational leader is positive, and so are their perceptions of effectiveness. It is a win-win style for both the organization and the employee because goals are able to be obtained by both parties. Encouraging others to go beyond their comfort levels and do more is an effective aspect of this leadership style and helps employees become well-rounded. They're able to reach goals, maybe once thought impossible, and expand their skill sets. Transformational leaders deal with change in as many ways as possible, which allows them to be effective and think outside of the box. They aren't strapped down to one method, but use as many as possible to get the best results. Our last type of leadership is transactional. Transactional is a type of leadership that motivates with rewards and punishments. It is the opposite of transformational that rewards with internal motivations. Transactional was first described by Max Weber in 1947. It has clear goals and objectives, a clear line of authority, and little room for innovation or creativity. A good example for implementing transactional leadership is in a manufacturing plant. It is more concerned with normal flow of operations. It is not a type of leadership that looks ahead to strategically position a company as a market leader. Some benefits include low cost, simplicity, clear and easy to follow job procedures, powerful motivators such as money, and achieving results fast. According to Weber, bureaucratic leadership, also mentioned in this video, is a form of transactional. For employees to remain motivated with this kind of leadership, they need to feel the reward is sufficient enough to do the task asked of them. It motivates at a base level only, not higher level thinking skills. Thus, this kind of leadership is task-oriented, not people-oriented. It can be used effectively as a supplement with transformational leadership. In conclusion, it is necessary for most effective leaders to understand a variety of approaches and apply the best one for the circumstance.